Hey guys, welcome back to From Football to Football. Today I'm joined by Cristian Toncheff, former professional footballer, UEFA A coach, technical director at AFC Cindea Targo Viste in Romania, former Barça Academy coach, and someone whose football journey has taken him across multiple countries, cultures, and continents. Cristian spent more than 20 years chasing the dream of professional football before moving into coaching and leadership roles. Cristian, great to have you on, mate, and can you please correct me on the name of your team again because I destroyed it. The name of your team in Romania is?
Ah, Hello, Mike. Nice to see you. Nice to connect with you. It's a pleasure for me
Yeah, thank you
to
so
join
much.
in this moment for talk about the live football. Okay, no, just your pronunciation is so good. Excellent.
Ah, mate, I appreciate it. Thank you, mate. I think you're being very nice, but thank you, Cristian. I appreciate it. Now, man, let's get started, man. Right back at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning, okay? You grew up in Argentina, dreaming of becoming a professional footballer, okay? When did you realize that football could become your life?
Oh, honestly, was a little, not a little bit, was so hard to achieve the dreams. You know, the dreams of my life, especially in Argentina, especially in a country of passion football. You know, that I started to play in my town in Presidencia Roque San Peña as a young. You know, then I start to climb in a different levels in Argentina. I play with 19-year-olds in second division Argentina, and then to play in the semi-professional levels in Argentina before to travel Spain.
Wow, mate. And the semi-professional levels in Argentina, I can imagine the level is amazing, right? In Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you left, something very interesting for me is you left Argentina to pursue
Yeah.
opportunities abroad, yeah? How difficult, mate, was that decision, and what did you learn from taking that risk?
You know, when I told many opportunity with the people, with friends, with the football people, you know, about the decision is super important in life, super important in football. You know, when you take a opportunity for try to achieve your objective, your goals, you must to decide, you know, must to put out your emotion, your heart, and try to think about from your mind, you know. Was not really difficult because I was single, you know, and was on a moment that a friend said we go to Spain to try to lucky your career. I say okay, we go. I try for 1 year, but
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
plans. I meet with my wife, and after that changed my idea of football. I start to restart my career in Spain with a 25-year old.
Wow, mate. It is a great story, your story, and it's inspirational for me. And I'd love to know, man, you spent years moving between countries, clubs, and opportunities. Honestly, mate, was there ever a moment where you seriously questioned whether the football dream was worth all of this sacrifice?
Yes, man. Especially in a moment that, for example, in semi-professional or almost professional levels, sometimes you have a problems that the clubs don't pay your salary. For example, you are single, you know, maybe you must to make your effort, everything, and the club say no, we cannot pay you all the contract. And this is the moment that many times I start to think, oh man, what I do now.
Yeah.
I I
Wow.
spent difficult moment. I spent difficult moment because I was alone in Spain. You know, I remember with my friends from another countries that they joined in this club in Spain. Sometimes we had the for cook. You know, for cook
Oh,
we,
Jesus.
yeah, I remember the moment that sometimes we need to cook some pasta and we need salt, and I say, oh man, what do we put now? we changed the salt for lemon in the pasta, man, because
Wow.
it was a moment that they don't receive salary, nothing money. It
Wow.
was really, really, really hard. In this moment was the moment that they say my dreams is possible to not achieve because it's super difficult. This was the moment that I think, okay, I will return to Argentina. I will start to work in another thing.
Yeah.
But I said, okay, I have to believe, I have to believe, I have to believe, and when you believe in yourself, I think the life put in your path different opportunities. But it was difficult, man.
Wow, mate, this is great, man. You should write a book, Christian. This is fantastic, dude. So basically, you're in a stage where there was a time when you didn't even have money to buy salt. You guys would use lemon
Yeah,
instead.
man.
I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah,
in this situation say, I'm going to go home and be comfortable and get a normal job and
sure,
just have it, secure life. That's the word, secure. But no, you continue,
sure.
and you're saying belief, is what got you through that. Now that you're on the other side, and we're talking, where you are at the moment, do you look back on this experience? Does it feel more of an anecdote, like a funny thing, or is it still a very sore point for you, or is it inspirational? How do you
La-
feel? Yeah.
Now, when I look back, to this moment, I feel proud. I feel proud for the sacrifice. Especially, okay, now we take these memories as a funny because when we connect with the friends, we remember this moment and say, "Oh man, you remember this moment that we spent was so difficult." But when I look back, man, now I feel as so proud because this is a moment that really football gives us a tool for improve another people, another football player, another behind humans for achieve the dreams.
Yeah. Wow, mate. That is the
Yes, man.
word. You should be proud, mate. That is the word. Proud of what you've done, mate. Well done. Okay, so you have experienced football. As we know at the moment, we're hearing everybody that he's been to a lot of different places: Spain, Gibraltar, Bahrain, Malta, and other countries. Which country surprised you the most, and why?
Oh man, it's a great question, because in every country, believe me, I don't know, every country, every 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 moment that I remember from, for example, Spain, Gibraltar, Bahrain, Malta, every country gave me as a good memory, good teach, I have learned too much from different countries, but especially, for example, in Bahrain. Bahrain was for me, wow, big surprise because it's a big difference from our culture,
Yeah.
but was special, man. Was special because I had opportunity for join with people like a brother, man. Until now, I have a good relation with many family from there, especially in the war. Now war, Iran was attacking to different country of the Gulf,
Yeah.
but especially in Bahrain. But was a surprise because
Wow.
it's different when you join with Occidental or Europe people. We are a little bit close,
Yeah.
but for example, Arabic people was big surprise because they received to me in a good way,
Wow,
in a good
mate.
way.
Christian, what you're saying, man, this is actually exactly what I was listening to in my last podcast episode. I had a coach called Jose Perra. He was on, and he is from
Ah,
Jordan.
yeah, Jose.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
and he's the one that
Jose.
that recommended you, right? So Jose recommended you, and
Yeah, man.
and Jose said to me, man, the thing that surprised him the most was how friendly the people are in the Middle East, because we have
Yeah.
this idea of like extreme Muslim, very radical, but no, they're really nice people. This is, oh,
Yeah, man. Exactly.
we need to know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. we have a lucky that the football is universal, and football try to unity,
Yeah,
unity to different culture, unity to different people,
beautiful.
This is for me, football is a super. Hey, football is my life, man.
Yeah, man, that's a beautiful answer, dude. And speaking about you as a player, I found an article, and basically you became one of the most prolific goal scorers in Gibraltar, mate. You even received attention from UEFA for your scoring record
Yeah,
here, mate. Why do you think that period of your life as a footballer was so successful?
man,
Yeah,
when I was in this moment, okay, I remember this moment, especially when, okay, I started the season, scoring, because Gibraltar is going into UEFA in 2013.
yeah,
Okay, when UEFA received as a new member of UEFA.
mm,
Okay, I came to Gibraltar as the first professional player. Okay, for improve the league, blah 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 blah.
yeah,
And after that, okay, UEFA include to Gibraltar as a league with the football player for statistic, blah
yeah,
blah. And in this moment was for me as a gift of life
yeah,
for all sacrifice that I remember. My friend said, "Man, you see how is the football, how is life." Put you in a good standard of UEFA. Is a very nice for you. Yeah, I remember until now, as a gift of life, as a gift of football, man.
mate. I honestly feel like there's two words that come to my mind when you say this. One is like karma, and the other one is
Yeah,
basically that you, all of your life, man, you have been planting seeds in football, and you have not seen
sure.
the fruit of these seeds. But mate, in this moment, it's like the harvest came. It's like, here
Yeah,
is
man.
your reward, Christian. And that's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
Mate. Now, I want to speak about
yeah,
football and family here because I know family is very important to you. I've heard you say this before. How difficult is it to balance your football ambitions with your family life when you're constantly moving countries? It's like unstable, the football world.
yeah.
Yeah. How is it?
I said to everybody, man, I'm not only Cristian Toncheff
Yeah.
facing to football, as a public person, Cristian Toncheff behind me coming my family, like you said, like my
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
Wife of football player, wife of people of sport people.
Yeah.
It's super important because they are coming. They
Yeah.
are coming to support you. To support you. Maybe putting out him goal for achieve my dream.
Yeah.
You know,
No, 100%.
this is merit, Matt. This is merit for me. I recognize it. I mention in a good way to my wife, to my family, because now, for example, we are in a period that they are living in Spain,
Yeah,
for the school of my daughter,
of course.
and I am living in Romania, and sometimes they travel for join in a family moment,
Wow.
But it's especially family is super important. It's super important. But like you said, it's not easy to decide, for example, opportunity, because it's not only think about ourselves. It's only think about family, adaptation, many questions,
Oh, mate, good answer. And like the big word here for this answer is like for me, sacrifice, man. Sacrifice for everyone involved. You, your
Yeah,
family. There's a lot of sacrifice in football, but I'm so glad that they're there, and I think your family is with you at the moment. Yes, they're there visiting you
yeah,
now.
sure, yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
They are,
This is great. This
they
is
are in
great.
the living room.
This is fantastic, dude. And after retiring as a player, you didn't just become a coach. It wasn't just like, okay, player then coach. You also worked in fitness, nutrition, Pilates, yoga, youth development. Like there's so much there. How important has this adaptability been throughout your career?
Over to my career,
Yeah.
I start to prepare my post career.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it too much. For example, the fitness. I remember my pre-season with the fitness coaches all time asking, and from that moment start to feel something about. to continue in this aspect. Well, over of my career, I prepared for the license. I make some course. I prepared myself for the post career, and introduce all knowledge, of this aspect. For try to potential my idea of football, especially for improve to develop to player. But for me today, I say to everybody, man, if you have other dreams, if you have goals, try to prepare yourself, for the post, because you're gonna use everything.
Mate, that's it. Everything you learn will absolutely add something to the coach that you are, or the other things that you're going to do in life,
So,
man. 100%,
so
100%. And yeah,
especially, sorry, Mike,
yeah,
especially the
please.
psychology. I am a person that I like to mark the psychology. I prepare it as a courses, many programs as a psychology. That is super important because I said until now, I don't know in the future, but until now, football is for humans. Behind humans.
Mate.
I said I am a person that, for example, today football is going to improve as a robotic, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
say, man, step calm. Everybody analyze, everybody to take numbers, everybody, but football is impredictable, man. Because why? Because this is belong to behind humans, not to robots.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
Dude, what you just said
yeah,
about the psychology, like I'm literally reading a book right now, which is fantastic. And
yeah.
it talks about Phil Jackson, the coach of the Chicago Bulls and who won many, many
Uh,
championships. Yeah. And his philosophy was always they are a person first and later they're a player.
sure.
And the first thing you work on is the person, not, and then later you can teach them the tactical things. But first, work on the person.
100%, 100%. I believe that. I believe
Yeah,
that, man, because until now, I say, until now, I
yeah,
don't know in the future,
yeah, yeah,
but until now, this is the sport belong to behind humans. Humans, maybe, I said, look, I will count something. We lost the promotion to Super League in Romania in the penalties. We
yeah.
lost in the final,
Jeez,
okay?
yeah,
During of the whole week, we was training penalty the
yeah.
same player that they make penalties in the session, in the game they lost.
Exactly.
Why? Because he's a human, man. He's a human.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's not only depending on you. There is someone trying to stop you as well in front of you. Like that has a
Sure,
different thing. So, mate, it's a
sure.
very good answer. I want to ask you a little bit about your time in the Barça Academy because you were with the Barcelona Academy. You've worked there, and you've worked in their structure in different countries. What are the biggest lessons that you have learned from the Barça methodology?
So, man, Barcelona, not because it's my own club,
Yeah.
but Barcelona, when I meet with Barcelona in 2022,
Yeah.
for the testing for the new coaches.
Yeah.
When I arrived to Barcelona, I feel like I lived there many years ago.
Wow.
Barcelona inside is a different club because it's not only technique, methodology for improve your knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
It's especially for values, man.
Yeah.
We approach so especially in the values like humble, like ambition, like a teamwork, the for person. For me, it's amazing. It's amazing. This is
Yeah.
in myself.
Yeah, oh mate, 100%. And it's like what we were saying before about the psychology. And as players, these are the fundamental values of a player, like of a person, not just a player, of a person, right? This is what they're teaching.
Exactly,
Now,
because until then, I think the people, okay, as a person, we need the values
yeah,
for face to different situation that the life can, you know. Maybe you have an many knowledge, but maybe if you don't have, for example,
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you are a talent player, maybe you are a talent guy,
yeah,
in
exactly.
different sport.
Mm,
But if you don't have effort, you cannot achieve. You cannot achieve your goals. For that, first of all, hey man, if you are covering a good values, sure you are short. Okay, you are close to achieve your dreams.
100%.
It's super important values as ambition and effort. Man, it's super important.
Mate, good answer, good answer. And
Yeah.
yeah, again, Jose said the same thing about the Barça Academy, like exactly what you're saying. Now, I'd love to talk a little bit about English because right now you're having this conversation with me with fantastic English. Okay, so you've obviously worked in football environments, in many different places using this English. How important has English actually been throughout your journey until now?
Oh man, we were talking before to record.
Yeah,
This interview
yeah,
is super important. It's
yeah.
super important because you must to express your first of all idea. You must to express many things about to improve players. Deep expression, but it's super important. The English, man, it's super important.
Yeah,
So
mate, absolutely. And like
yeah,
I can see now, mate, you've obviously had the career you've had until now. Like obviously because of the way that you are, your personality, your knowledge, your tactical ability, but
sure,
but
many
obviously
things.
it helps open that door if you do have the English that you have, obviously, mate. Yeah. I would love to know, man, as well. Having experienced football in so many different countries, what do you
Yeah,
think? Like Spanish speaking coaches, so coaches that are still in Argentina or in Spain or in different Spanish speaking countries, what do they often underestimate about working abroad? What don't they know about the reality of working abroad? What do they have a misconception about, perhaps?
from my point of view, I
Yeah.
think sometimes, this is a factor, this is a suspect
Mm.
that maybe to try to live the football the same like we live, for example, in Argentina. The culture is different even in football. Why? Because the approaching, for example, in I don't know, in Argentina is a passionate. Maybe the culture in football in Europe is much analytic. In
Yeah.
another country is much for values. It's the approaching how we approach the football. This is the factor. This is the aspect that I think that sometimes it's underestimating.
Wow, this is great, man. So, like, this sounds like to me, I just want to go a bit deeper because that's a very good answer. The approach is almost like the approach to the cultural differences, the cultural approach that you have in different countries. So, for example, if you're an Argentinian coach, okay, and
Yeah,
you, as you said, you're very passionate. Okay, you're very, very passionate. And you go to a country which is more conservative, perhaps like a Japan in the J League.
exactly.
Do you need to somehow adjust this personality to fit in? Yeah.
Ex- exactly, man. Exactly.
Mm.
For example, there are many profiles as a coaches. Like we said, like a military. Maybe you have this profile,
Yeah.
and maybe you go to coach in a country Latin as a military. It's difficult,
That's
it's
good.
approaching. I say to everybody,
That's
man,
good.
you must to adapt to culture, you must to know, you must to understand the culture. After that, you must to adapt yourself for them, not them to adapt to you. Okay,
Wow.
from your idea of football, okay, everybody must to understand, must to adapt
Yeah.
the game for this idea. But from the culture, we are a coaches. We must to adapt to the culture, to atmosphere, to environment.
Mate, I 100% agree that that's probably one of the least talked about and most underestimated things, what you just said, because I feel like a lot of people think that their personality is so contagious, the team will just automatically just mold to their personality. But no, like
Yeah,
you need to be very flexible in this situation. That's great, man. That's
sure,
great.
man.
And today you're working as technical director. Is that correct in Romania? This is your position, right, Christian?
Exactly,
Fantastic.
exactly.
How different is this role compared to being a player or a coach? How different is being a technical director?
Well, this is a role that I love you also. Good, all role from football I love, but it's now this role is amazing because from the methodology of Barcelona,
Yeah,
you must introduce for the project.
yeah,
You must introduce for the club for the young group, and this is very nice. Why? Because we have our methodology. and from our methodology, we are improving, okay, even adapting to this country, because everybody is gonna say, okay, I want to play with Barcelona. No, man, Barcelona is Barcelona. You are, I don't know, Kindia,
Yeah.
but okay, this is our mirror. Okay, but we need to, from this idea, to try to adapt for us. For example, I said you are Romanian, you are not Catalan, you have a good potential, but from this methodology, we're gonna improve your idea of football, introducing
Yeah.
identity,
Yeah. Yeah.
philosophy,
Yeah.
because okay, I have to program for coaches also, okay, for players, of course, to prepare a session
Yeah.
for different groups.
Yeah, mate. Oh, mate, that is a great answer, dude. Very, very good. So, yeah, it sounds like you're really happy there in that technical director role in Romania. I'm so happy to hear that, Christian, as well. And a bit of
Thank you.
final advice, man. If a young coach or a young player is listening to this right now and dreams of building an international career in football, just like you have, what advice would you give them?
Oh man, I, I'm a person that I don't like to give advice, but
Yeah, yeah,
I am open for help.
yeah,
If
yeah,
I have to say something, I think I have to say must to believe in yourself. Also, must must to be passion for football. If it's medicine. If it's science, I don't know. If it's music.
yeah,
But in football, especially, you must to believe in yourself. Must to learn from what you look, from what you heard. And prepare it, because I think football is not to try to take imitation, for example, for big coaches. I don't
yeah,
want to be as a Pep Guardiola. I don't want to be Luis Enrique. I want to be Christian with my idea. For what? For try to help to another person to achieve his goals.
wow,
When you
wow.
have when you have this mission, it's mission for football. It's not for us. I said, now I am working in football, not for me. I try to give back to football, all that football gave during of my career, during of my life, during of my effort, man.
Wow, mate. Can I just summarize that? Because that was beautiful. Okay, man. So, what I'm hearing, and the theme of this whole conversation, mate, which has been fantastic, is basically like having faith, right? First, doing the work, having faith that the work will pay off in the future. A lot of sacrifice, obviously. You need to be prepared to sacrifice. You need to be prepared to
Sure.
adapt to different cultures. You need to have belief in yourself, what you just said. Prepare as well. Prepare. And stay true to yourself. Don't try to copy other people. Yes, it can be a mirror, but you still have to be true to
Exactly.
yourself, right? This is so good, man. And the
You
mission,
mentioned
if your mission is service,
this
exactly, mate. Instead of
service.
ego, it's service to others, then mate, this is where that
Exactly.
yeah, that happiness, the beauty comes.
This is approaching, because football, that atmosphere or environment of football is so ego.
Yeah.
But when you change this approach and you say, okay, I have to service to football, everything will come, everything, opportunity. But when you are looking or approaching, like you say, oh, I want to be as a Pep Guardiola. No, man, try to be yourself
Bro.
as a service of football. You will see how the opportunity will come to you. Why? Because your goals is to help to everybody to achieve the dreams.
Mate, that is the clip I want to take and put into the social media. That part right there, that was fantastic, man. So good, Christian. And the last thing before we finish, Christian, every guest now nominates another Spanish-speaking coach who has worked internationally or used English in football environments. So, who would you like to nominate to come onto this podcast next?
Oh man, if I have opportunity, I
Yeah,
can to mention many people
yeah,
around of the world,
of
around of
course.
football, Malta,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh, It's difficult, you know. This is
Yeah.
not easy because I told you before. But now I have a okay. I will say the Emilio Cornago. Emilio Cornago
Emilio Cornalo.
now is assistant coach also of Mauro Camoranesi. He
Okay.
was working in Cyprus in first division.
Oh.
Now they are in holidays. But I nominate to Emilio Cornago.
Perfect. Okay, then, Emilio, if you are listening, I'm going to get in contact with you. Please jump on the show,
Yeah,
just like Christian's done.
yeah.
Christian, this has been fantastic, man. Is there anything else you would like to mention before we sign off today? Anything that I haven't asked you, or anything that you want to tell the listeners?
No, okay, just I want to say thank you. Thank you for your moment, Mike. Thank you for your commitment for trying to join as a person in this environment, football in different point of the world. You know,
Thanks, man.
just I want to say thank you, man, because it's opportunity for express for express for another person that maybe keep some words, some advice for improve, for believe in the life. You know,
Mate,
just thank you.
thank you, man. Thank you, Christian. And honestly, man, I think what people will take from this conversation today is that, football careers are rarely straight lines, as we've seen with your one, right? Your story shows the importance of the persistence, adaptability, continuing to move forward, even when things don't go to plan, and having that belief, right? So thank you so much today for your for coming on the show and sharing your journey with us, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Okay,
Thanks, mate. And for
bye bye.
everyone listening, guys, don't forget to subscribe, share the episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.